2 deliveries just like that for USA.
Well, it's only a third of the way gone through this over, and they've already collected 11 runs. This is what we were just talking about moments ago. What looked like a positive, aggressive decision at the start of this over by keeping Rajan Dakal on may now be backfiring for Nepal, as they've got 3 guys out now. There's a lot of confusion out there that Andries Gauss is creating. They had the final leg pushed out. Now they're bringing the final leg back into the ring. It's long on and deep backward square leg, the 2 boundary riders at the moment in the power play.
Be a single this time. I don't mind the move, even if this over goes for 15 and they don't get the wicket. I think it's the positive move. I don't think Dakal has shown that he's quite got the skills yet, even though he bowls a good slower ball, to bowl 2 consecutively at the death. So it's an aggressive move. It's not something you see altogether too often at the very, very top level of T20 international cricket. Some of the bigger teams don't like going 3 in a row from the same bowler. But I think when the conditions are in your favour, it's no bad thing. And if he could still get a 3rd wicket here in the power play, it would be big advantage to Nepal.
Well, you never know, Lenny. If he takes a wicket off these last 3 balls, we could be on the verge of a Kalimullah.
We have to rename the Kalimullah as Dipender Singh Airi fields ever so quickly. Gets a big ovation from the crowd. Kalimullah was shorn of his usual death bowler for Oman during the Canada series. Bilal Khan out with a shoulder injury, so he was having to bowl 2 at the start and 2 at the death. He was pioneering a new Kalimullah 2.0. A new Kalimullah 2.0. That's that little cutter that he bowls. Definitely a change of pace.
I'm curious, Lenny. I got to go back to the message I got. Being chastised for waking up a sleeping baby. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think that the amount of Nepal games that you do and the amount of excitement that you bring to the commentary box, you would be getting a lot more of these messages than I would about waking sleeping babies.
I don't wake the babies, Peter. I serenade them. There's a different style, an ubiquitous difference in style between the 2 of us. End of the 5th over. It is 26 for 2.
No compromise with Dhara Sauji.
विजयजी बडो स्मार्ट हुनुहुँदो रहेछ क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ मूल्य होइन
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
पैसा पठाऊ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डाइरेक्ट नगद छोडाऊ फोन पे गरौ हाम्रो चाहमा औटाको खुसियाली बारमा
USA chasing a target of 165. This is the first of 3 T20Is in this Stake Stars and Summit series here at Grand Prairie Stadium. And then it will be followed by 2 matches that the USA A squad is going to be playing in 50-over format, one against Nepal and one against Scotland, ahead of the 6-match Cricket World Cup League 2 ODI Tri-Series. The Stars and Summit series, Lenny, they were trying to go thematically with the DJ, with the song Chasing Stars, and the song, they got carried away. Kept on trying to play while Sagar Dakal was trying to bowl.
Yeah, Sagar Dakal, real chance for him. You talk about the redemption for Rohit Powell with that catch. It's not necessarily redemption for Dakal, but Dakal played that first T20 World Cup game here, the one we were just talking about against the Netherlands. Bowled 4 overs, none for 21. Wasn't used again, and actually hasn't played internationally since. Did play those games against the Canada with good success. With no Sandy Plamachani in the team, he's the one who's come into the squad. And it'll be interesting to see how he goes in these conditions. Different kind of bowler to Ken Jagay or Harmeet Singh, but we've seen left arm spin be effective here.
Jones, not the first time he's been a slow starter. So it shouldn't be something that USA fans get too alarmed about seeing him chew up 3-dot balls here. It only becomes a problem if he winds up getting out after soaking up these dot balls. He's somebody who can accelerate. Once he gets the ball 20, he can go bonkers.
Wide of the crease this time. It certainly has been a chance for Dipender Singh Airi. Given! And Jones cannot believe it. The last man in world cricket you want to take on for a single. Didn't need the direct hit. That was how quick he was. And Jones, well, he's run himself out.
Well, this should have been a single. But he got into dot ball mode, and I think Andres Kaus was lulled into dot ball mode at the non-strikers end because I think he thought one of those previous deliveries, maybe they could have snuck a single. And he said, all right, if you don't want to run a single on those other ones, well, I'm just going to stand put at the non-strikers end for this ball too. This really should have been a single off the bat. Jones didn't respond initially, and Gauss stayed put at the non-strikers end thinking, all right, you're not taking a couple strides out of your crease when the ball is coming off the bat, so I'll stay put. And then suddenly, Aaron Jones just tried to run. Andres House wasn't ready for it. He's halfway down the wicket. House still isn't interested. And then Dipender Singh Airi, very alert, getting the relay to
Asif Sheikh.
Asif Sheikh behind the stumps, and Aaron Jones.
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ starting from just ₹760 a year. Get coverage up to 5.3 lakhs. Download the eSewa app and secure your future today.
You just have to question the decision of trying to run a single to Dipender Singh Airi. Here's another look at it here. You can see House took a step at first, but it's straight to Airi, and he's so quick. That's not going to be the angle that's going to tell us. We'll probably need to see that one once more.
Well, that's definitely out. That's definitely out from that side angle. But what you don't see on that down the pitch when it came off the bat, House took 2 steps, but Jones stayed put.
Oh, this so nearly bowls him, and a kind of afterthought appeal for LBW. But the umpire says there's a bit of bat involved. The question was it pad first? It's all happening in Grand Prairie. The power play belongs to Nepal. We'll come back with those replays. It's 27 for 3.
Well, just watch. Well, this is the shot, and that. Oh, dear. Was there bat involved in that? And did it come straight off the bat? There was definitely bat. 27 for 3 after 6.
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ starting from just ₹760 a year. Get coverage up to 5.3 lakhs. Download the eSewa app and secure your future today.
Sampal Kami. Been around an awfully long time, Sampal Kami. didn't play that game back in 2015 that these two sides met in. Or he did play that game. I knew he was playing the T20 World Cup the year before. I didn't think he was in the team that day. So Jesse Singh, the sole survivor from the USA end, and Sampal Kami, one of the survivors from 2015, all the way back in Belfast, where Nepal came out on top. Aman Patel rejoins me. Aman, great to be with you. Thank you for all your insight in that first innings. Nepal are ahead of the game here by quite a distance.
Yeah, you'd have to say so. Again, Aaron Jones is in such a great run of form. So is Saiteji Mukamala. They're both back, and both back cheaply. You're 28 for 3 after the power play. How often do we talk about that? That wickets in the power play tend to lead to success. Good running from the USA. This will have to be key. They'll have to match Nepal. What did they do when they started to rebuild? Rohit Botto came in, found the gaps, and took the quick doubles.
Going to see if we can get one more look at that replay of the run out, because, well, it's almost a cardinal error. It's a cardinal sin. Anyone who knows associate cricket, let alone world cricket now, they know about this man at cover. And you just don't take a single to Dipender Singh Airi. And House came half a step, but look at the speed. It's just, even if the throw was slightly off target, I tell you, it's a good decision as well. Not out by far.
Yeah, not out by quite, out by quite a bit. And like you said, don't run on Dipender Singh Airi. It's one of the rules that you have in your book. It would have to be a coaching point as well. And Andres House never looked interested in that run either. Aaron Jones immediately pointed back, acting as if that House was halfway down, and felt Jones was late to start. And that's what just almost happens, as you mentioned. Peter Della Penna talked about dot ball mode. Almost happens when you get into that dot ball mode, you just tend to find lulls to sleep. Gampi, though, he's going to want to find himself the right line. And I think he's got a big opportunity to impact the game. Milind Kumar is a great player of spin. Played a lot of cricket in India, led the Ranji Trophy in runs before he came to the United States back in 2020. He was the leading run scorer in Ranji, and it was for what he did against spin. That's what he's known for. Again, that's that run out yet again. That's the reason Milind Kumar's out there. Like you mentioned, brilliant work by Sheikh behind the stumps as well.
I think it's an excellent decision. You watch that the third time now and you go, oh, well, of course it's out.
Right.
But particularly from the angle we had at first, you're looking at it going, maybe he's got back. You have to question Jones, how fast he was on the turn, also the lack of a dive. Just a bit of a sloppy piece of cricket there from every aspect. Strategically, to not recognise the fact that it is Dipender Singh Airi. And then, well, really, he's only got himself to blame for being back in the hutch. Slower ball, changed up. One of the things that will keep USA in this contest is Nepal's struggles at the death, but that required run rate's going to start to come into the game more and more. What are they thinking as they go along here? What would they like to be maybe after 10 overs?
I think for the USA, it's less about that run column. I think it's more about those wickets. You still have plenty of bats in the shed. Shahinja and Gear to come gives you good depth alongside Harmeet Singh. Nashkin Jagay can score some runs as well. So you have bats at your disposal. It's just getting to a point where you can utilize them. So I think they'd be happy going at a run of ball at this stage till the 10th over, as long as they keep that 3 in the wicket column.
They're also under a kind of pressure that really, with the exception of those games against the Netherlands in August, that they haven't really been under since Stuart Law's come into place. 4-0 clinical series victory, unbeaten against Canada down in Prairie View. 2-1 series victory over Bangladesh, their first ever over a full member nation. That was also in Texas, although at a different venue down in Prairie View, not here in Grand Prairie. Shout out to our camera team up on the cherry picker. Up top, I'd say it's a bit chilly up there, lads. Give us a wave. They probably can't hear us, but we're waving to you, lads, anyway. Then an exceptional World Cup run where they got through to the Super 8s. Another drop and run single attempt, and need to be careful. I think Anil Kumar Shah thought that this was half a chance. Look at the energy, the positivity from Nepal. But then it was only those defeats to the Netherlands, because when they went down to Windhoek, they won 7 from 8. They've been so brilliant under Stuart Law.
No, they have been incredibly good, again, under Stuart Law, and they've never seemed to take pressure on. Even against Canada in the World Cup, you felt that they were always in the game, even as that run rate got up towards 14. And right now, you can just see Milind Kumar and Andres House typically wouldn't have batted a lot together in really any stage of domestic cricket in the United States or with the USA team. And you can just see, right, there's a little bit of confusion on when to go, when to stop, and Nepal are finding the energy. And you don't need a lot for Nepal to get the energy here, especially with this crowd and this group, the momentum swiftly with the Nepalese.
Now, this looks close. Massive appeal. The umpire has a long think, and he says no. And to add a bit of insult to injury, they come back for another one. Cammy, he's not going to get it over the stumps, is he? What's this missing? Given his leg buys.
Well, we've seen the tail in pretty consistently from Sampal Kami. He's just missed the line. This time he's gotten it absolutely right. Milind Kumar playing down the wrong one. That looks like it's going to castle onto stumps.
Well, well, well.
Nepal feel hard done by some of these decisions. And the seventh over will come and go. It's 34 for 3, rather fortunately for the USA.
अब पैसा भन्ने कुरा जुन बेला पनि चाहिन सक्छ ठाउँको ठाउँ पैसा पठाउन मिल्ने फोन पे त मेरो लागि एकदमै सजिलो उपाय हो
पैसा पठाउने र पाउने छिटो सजिलो र सुरक्षित माध्यम फोन पे डाइरेक्ट नगद छोडौं फोन पे गरौं
Big moments in the match, and we've just seen another massive one. Sampal Kami, the final delivery of his first over. We were just praising Aditya Gajar's decision for the run out, but a massive LBW appeal. Sampal Kami bowls a skiddy fast ball. What is this missing?
Missing the umpire lifting his finger. That's the only thing this one's missing. That looks dead for all money.
Everything about it was right, wasn't it?
Yeah, swinging in. It was on a great length. It hit below the knee roll. You only saw off stump. I'm not sure what that was missing. Gajar felt there was enough to miss. But again, you take another look. He shuffled across. He's standing in front of middle stump. It's hit him on the knee roll, if not below. And he's giving it a leg by as well. That's the biggest thing. And you can see him just say no.
Look at the pain, the pure pain for Sampal Kami. He couldn't believe it. It's almost one you kind of celeb appeal on, isn't it? Ball's just skidding on a bit, isn't it, under lights? And USA haven't adjusted particularly well to that. Milind Kumar taking a little while to get going. They've kind of had the rub of the green, haven't they, on all the marginal decisions thus far?
Yeah, you'd have to say so, starting with the Ali Khan decision. And right now, out there in the middle, you can just see a sort of tension from the USA side. They're just not sure what gear to play in. Milind Kumar was struggling. Andres House just found rhythm. We saw him hit 2 back-to-back boundaries, and then Aaron Jones gets dismissed. So now he's been held off of the strike, and he's got to find his flow again. And there isn't as much dew around the ground as maybe in June that we had. And there's a couple of reasons for it. Obviously, we're later part of the fall, but also Dave Agnew has started putting down a little bit of a wax on the grass that keeps the dew off from keeping onto the leaf. So it doesn't seem to affect the ball as much. The spinners still get enough purchase as the day goes on.
Full toss gets away with it. Yeah, it can be very difficult, can't it, with a dewy ball for the spin bowlers. And again, it's something that they're starting to get more and more exposure at this, the leading associate teams, but they just haven't played a huge amount of cricket comparatively under floodlights. So all of these opportunities in a venue as brilliant as this one are great learning opportunities for both sides. But Nepal on top at the moment, and House has just taken a while to get going himself as well. Dakal's been impressive, none for 7 for him. 8 have been bowled. It's 40 for 3.
No compromise with Dhara Sauji.
विजयजी बडो स्मार्ट हुँदो रहेछ क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ मूल्य होइन
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
पैसा पठाऊ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डाइरेक्ट नगद छोडाऊ फोन पे गरौँ हाम्रो चारमा औटाको खुसियाली बारमा
Blinded by the lights rings out around the Grand Prairie Stadium. It is a phenomenal facility, this. Man, you've been part of the major league journey right the way from its inception, the minor league journey. And this is flicked away, and it's going to be for nothing that Arif Sheikh could do. A low full toss, and that's not going to help Sampal Kami's mood.
Yeah, speaking of the major and minor league journey, Andres Kraus has been there from the very beginning, and he's made a name in 4 short years as the best domestic bat amongst the circuit. He's now the 3rd leading run scorer in minor league cricket, but he's played 9 less innings, and he averages 10 more than anyone else in the history of minor league. And it's because of this, he's able to find pockets and gaps and find runs, take advantage of bad bowling, and he'll start at around a 120 strike rate, and then from there we'll get up to that 140, and he doesn't miss out. That's the one thing about Andres Kraus. He doesn't invent, but he doesn't miss out.
Does have a great habit, doesn't he? As the DJ continues with the tunes throughout that ball. He's a great habit of catching up. But speaking about minor league and major league, you've literally seen it the whole way through. How much of an impact has that had on American cricket?
I think you can see it from the international results. I think the talent pool is deeper than it's ever been. I think they're playing better cricket across the board from the very top level to the lowest level of, you would say, of the young players just introducing themselves into minor league. You're seeing guys that, young 16-year-olds make an impact and start to play really good cricket earlier. And I think that's a big credit to how much cricket they're playing, how much high-level cricket they're playing in the minor league.
Protection out there, so just be a single. And it's still very much in its kind of embryonic stages, even though minor league's been around 4 years now. Major league continues to look to grow and grow, and then you've a player like House is probably the perfect example of it. He kind of comes from that straight into international cricket and hits the ground running then.
Yeah, again, Andres Kraus, Milind Kumar, even a part of that example. Shaheen Jahangir was an example of that back in 2023 when he debuted for the USA. So you're seeing them emerge there, but it's helped a guy like Saitesh Mukamala, a homegrown, jump into the team.
Now, mix up and a direct hit from Dakal makes it tight. House is running between the wickets, doesn't seem to be on the same wavelength as some of his partners. We're going to see that with Nepal now introducing their Premier League that's going to start on the 30th of November. We've seen all of the domestic players given out amongst 8 teams, 6 teams in Major League at the moment.
Yep.
Maybe expansion down the line, you'd see?
Yeah, I think that's the talk. I read an article with a couple of the owners of Major Leagues. You see this kind of mix up in the middle. Milind Kumar will get back, but they're wanting eventually to expand out to 8 to maybe 12 teams and have 2-month season starting in June, and talks of even moving into the Great White North in Canada.
Back live with you now, and worked into the offside. House wants the second this time. Jazz throw into the keeper's end. Won't catch Kumar short. Yeah, certainly you talk about the importance of those domestic leagues, and then I suppose the franchise opportunities for players overseas. We've seen House be signed by the Nepal Premier League, but he's gone around the world, hasn't he? Harmeet Singh's been picked up a couple of places. You'd imagine Sarav Netravalkar is going to be in demand. We spoke about Aaron Jones down at the CPL. All of a sudden, American cricketers very much in demand.
Yeah, Nash Kinjagay's gone over to the, gone into Abu Dhabi. Same with Andres Kraus in the T10 formats, and talks of Netravalkar maybe getting into the IPL, and I'm sure it's going to help Nepali cricket in the same way it's helped USA cricket. 9 gone, 47 for 3.
No, senior. Picture, please. Picture. Picture coming. Picture.
Why choose between your favorites when you can have both? Introducing Pizza Hut's all-new Momo Mia.
Mamma mia.
The best of both worlds on one plate. Momo Mia Pizza. Test the epic. Starting at $7.29. Pizza Hut. There's something for everyone.
So just approaching the halfway stage. We'll have a drinks break at the 10 over mark. USA 47 for 3. Just trying to rebuild after those early 3 wickets. There easily could have been a 4th. A very close LBW call as Milind Kumar is asking for, I think it's a change in bat. And now this is a fascinating move. There is no Sandeep Lamachani for the moment. I'm not going to preempt anything because I don't know the situation right now. He obviously needs a visa to get into the country. I believe there is still some talk. Hopefully he might be here for the ODIs. I'm not sure we'll see him in the T20s. He certainly isn't here at the moment. So that means that the leg spin option for Nepal is Kushal Bertel. You know me and my numbers. You know I love numbers in cricket. I'm going to give you some numbers here. You might think of Bertel as a part-time leg spinner, and he is. There's no doubt about that. But you talk about how effective he is as a leg spinner. He hasn't bowled that much in international cricket because he came into the team predominantly as a batter. He bowled twice up in King City, took 5 wickets in the 2 games there, a 3 for and a 2 for. He now has 19 T20I wickets. This one's down the leg side at an average of 9.15. It's the lowest of anyone in T20 international cricket with more than 15 wickets.
Phenomenal. And he has a strike rate of 9.1 as well. So he's taking wickets. And he feels like that kind of T20 bowler where what he does so well, I think, is just how quick he is through the air. You don't get time to get underneath him. And then he does get it to almost just dip at the end.
He's got the variety as well. Bowls the googly, like that one
On
there. And you can see there he doesn't know which way it's going. He's saying it's coming out the front. And it's deceptive, isn't it? It looks innocuous. It does. I'm saying this as a former wrist spinner. It's not necessarily conventional leg spin. But maybe with no Lamachani, maybe he could be used quite a lot in this series. Now, massive boundary out there, but House is so good on the pull. He picks it up all the way for 6. I think we're going to have a lost ball because that's knocked off the concourse and gone out of the venue.
Well, American cricket fans have gotten used to this shot. This is a shot of liking for Andres Kraus. He loves to rock onto the back foot against spinners. And even with the big boundary, there was no doubt once it left the bat that was going to go all the way for 6. Just as we were talking about how good Bartol's been, he just throws down a long hop. And Andres Kraus, like we mentioned, isn't going to miss out.
Again, it hasn't worked. The 50s come up here, and we're going to actually have a wise call from the umpires because they need a lost ball. They're going to just take the drinks break with 2 balls left in the over. So it hasn't worked here necessarily, but I like the call from Powell for 2 reasons. One, it's the final over before drinks. 2, it's got the massive leg side boundary. If House mishits that a bit, could have been caught out at deep cow, but instead it will get us to the break and play as Bertel will have a couple more balls to work with after this break. With 9.4 overs bowled, we'll have a break here in commentary. It's 55 for 3.
जितौं 10 लाखको उपहार यसपालिको चाडबाडमा स्क्रैच कार्ड मार्फत जित्नुहोस् 10 लाखसम्मको नगद उपहार साथै चुज योर स्किमबाट छान्नुहोस् रु 10,000 सम्मको थप स्क्रैच कार्ड वा 12,500 बराबरको 5 वर्ष एएमसी प्याकेज वा 7 वर्षसम्म बाइ 1 गेट 1 सर्भिसिङ फ्री अनि बिग बाइक्समा 1 लाखसम्मको डिस्काउन्ट र यो स्किम होन्डा इजी फाइनान्समा पनि लागू हुनेछ।
पैसा पठाउँ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डिरेक्ट नगद छोडौँ फोन पे गरौँ।
प्राकृतिक राख भएको विश्वासिलो गुणस्तरीय अनि राम्रो नो कम्प्रोमाइज विथ भारत साउजी।
विजयजी बडो स्मार्ट हुनुहुँदो रहेछ, क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ, मूल्य होइन।
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु।
नेपाल र युएसए बीच ऐतिहासिक T20 सिरिज।
पैसा पठाउँ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डिरेक्ट नगद छोडौँ फोन पे गरौँ।
हाम्रो चाडबाड होन्डाको खुसियाली बारबार जितौँ 10 लाखको उपहार यसपालिको चाडबाडमा स्क्रैच कार्ड मार्फत जित्नुहोस् 10 लाखसम्मको नगद उपहार साथै चुज योर स्किमबाट छान्नुहोस् रु 10,000 सम्मको थप स्क्रैच कार्ड वा 12,500 बराबरको 5 वर्ष एएमसी प्याकेज वा 7 वर्षसम्म बाइ 1 गेट 1 सर्भिसिङ फ्री अनि बिग बाइक्समा 1 लाखसम्मको डिस्काउन्ट र यो स्किम होन्डा इजी फाइनान्समा पनि लागू हुनेछ।
So we got a couple of deliveries left. Nicely driven. But again, how exceptional the fielding is from Nepal and how good has it been all day today.
And you think about whether that could be a deciding factor. You really do. You know, it looks easy when you just see it in a split second. That could have been 4. And Paolo goes swiftly to his left and helps out his leg spinner. It's slower through the air. I like that pace from Bertel on this particular surface. Forces the batter to put the pace onto the delivery. It's the halfway stage of the chase. This game is set up really nicely. USA 56 for 3.
No compromise with Dhara Sauji.
विजयजी बडो स्मार्ट हुनुहुँदो रहेछ क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ मूल्य होइन
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
पैसा पठाऊ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डिरेक्ट नगद छोडाऊ फोन पे गरौँ
हाम्रो चाडमा औटाको खुसियाली बारमा
So consecutive changes of bowling. You see Sampal Kami have a rest, and the youngster Gulshan Jha, who was without doubt the player of the tour of Canada for Nepal with bat and ball, continues to grow in stature. He's a rarity, really, isn't he, for Nepal cricket? A tall, strapping fast bowler. And he's got a wicket from his very first ball. House, having done all the hard work, simply gives it away. I'm not sure what he's complaining about. Maybe he wasn't quite ready. He's going to have to take the long walk back, and Nepal have the fourth.
I think he's just more upset with himself there, Lenny. He's known it's short, it's wide, it's slower, really deserved the punishment. And just the late roll of the fingers probably saved Gulshan Jha and was the difference between a boundary and that one just being a real soft dismissal to backward point. Again, House didn't play with much power on that one, just kind of opened up the blade, trying to run it down, and without any pace on the ball. It was the simplest take. And Andres House goes for a well-made 30 off 25, but the Americans are reeling. It's 56 for 4.
No compromise with Dhara Sauji.
विजयजी बडो स्मार्ट हुनुहुँदो रहेछ क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ मूल्य होइन
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
पैसा पठाऊ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डिरेक्ट नगद छोडाऊ फोन पे गरौँ
हाम्रो चाडमा औटाको खुसियाली बारमा
Looking to make amends with the bat. Well, we were just talking up Gulshan Jha as he was on his run-up, and he continues to deliver for Nepal. Maybe not the best delivery, but he will say to his captain, look in the book. As he strays down the leg side this time. It was an innocuous dismissal, wasn't it? It was short, it was wide, and Andres House just spooned it up to backward point.
I think he was just undone by that. Again, just roll the fingers on it late, so it just cuts up on him. And again, he hasn't tried to hit it, almost tried to just place it. But because it's slower, he's just out in front of the ball. And that's just what's caused it to go straight up into the air. Simple take in the end.
A strange one as he walked off. He was almost chastising himself, wasn't he, Andres House?
Yeah, again, he's such a confident cricketer, and he knows when he's giving it away. Oftentimes, you'll see him get out and just kind of walk off. This time, I think he knows it was an important wicket and a real soft dismissal.
Another one that beats the outside edge. For Nepal,